Hi everyone! I just wanted to give you a sort of quick run through of what our Blackboard course looks like for English 102 and just where to find everything, kind of what's happening online. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, everybody. So when you get into our Blackboard course, your homepage should look very similar to what you're seeing here. I do want to make it clear that if you're using your cell phone to log on to Blackboard, that is a fine way to sort of check what's coming up, but I do want to encourage you to use the browser version of Blackboard because unfortunately the version of the application that SWIC has and the app on your phone are different. So if you're not using a computer or a browser to look at the website, you may not be seeing everything you should be seeing. So let's start off with our course menu over here to the left. There's the course info on the top, your announcements, the syllabus, my office hours, a link to our Microsoft team. In the middle, you'll find all of the course content. So a calendar here under the research writing link is really where most of our course will happen. So I'll show you guys that in a second. Our discussion board, link to the research reflections, and then a tab on APA format, which we'll get into more during week 1. If you ever find yourself needing help, then this last section of the course menu is for you. So when you get into our course, you'll see my announcements. I'll post one every week and probably more in between. There's usually a video that I ask you all to watch and then just sort of other reminders. So first place to start. If you're curious what's coming up in our course, you can click this calendar link and it'll show you all of the assignments we have. You'll notice that I have due dates on Fridays and on Sundays. So if you click on one of these assignments, it'll give you a description of when it's due and what time and then the label to it. You can also go to the assignment from here, which is kind of cool. So if you're one of those people that's like, what do I have going? Calendar is awesome. So let's move on to our research writing project. So over the course of the work in English 102, what we are going to be doing is a collection of assignments that will all build up to a final research paper. A lot of my students think that in week 1, I'm asking you to write a research paper each week. That's not the case. So what we are doing is really just building pieces that will fit into a project later on. So what you'll need to do each week is click on this research writing project and then into one of these weekly folders. So you'll see there's a description of what's in each folder, and then once you click into it, you'll want to go step by step. So each of these assignments will sort of relate to each other. So I put them in a specific order, and I encourage you all to not skip, but to go piece by piece. I found that my students that do all of these in the order they're listed do better, are more successful than those who don't. So you've got your Microsoft Teams introduction for this first week. There's a folder for your readings. Sometimes there's videos, sometimes not. Then you'll see sometimes there will be an assignment sheet for a assignment we have coming up. This is one I'd like you to look over in week 1. Any assignments will have this little ruler and a pencil on it. So this means that you need to turn something in to an assignment like this. To do that, what you'll want to do is click on the title of the assignment, and then you'll get to a page that looks like this. So in order to submit an assignment in English 102, I do ask that you submit everything as either a Word document or a PDF. So if you're used to working in Google Docs, or you use Microsoft Word on your computer, or you're a Mac user and you have Pages, I don't care what you use at home, but you'll need to convert it somehow into a Word document or a PDF for me to be able to view it. Once you've done that, save it to your computer. You can click Browse My Computer here and choose whatever assignment you'd like to upload. Don't forget to click Submit. If you click Save Draft, it won't actually send to me. It will just show you what you've submitted. So the research writing project tab is really where most of all of your information is. So in those weeks, you'll also see I have links to our discussion board, and then also to any other assignments like the team's introduction. So if you get lost and you're like, oh man, I know I have a discussion board this week, where is that? There's also a link here in this left-hand menu. The other focus I'd like to kind of point out is this APA format tab here. So APA format. Many of you may have used MLA in English 101, and that's great. APA is more common in research situations, and it's also the other sort of sister style to MLA. So I think it's really important that my students recognize both or are able to work in whichever they're being asked to. So although APA may be new, it's not impossible, and it's actually not that awful. So this tab has some resources that I'll be continually adding to, and I want you to use these instead of submitting things in MLA and hoping that I'll fix it for you. So I hope that this gives you kind of an idea of the info in our course. Under the syllabus tab, you'll also find contact information for me. This picture to the right here shows you one of my hobbies, other than grading essays, is baking. So that's, I wonder if someday I'll be a famous teacher baker. That would be so cool. Anyway, so there's also my contact information and my office hours. The other thing I wanted to kind of bring to your attention is if you are sending me an email, this image right here is kind of a little joke about how not to write an email to your instructor. But I want you to keep in mind that I have 8 courses I'm teaching currently, and probably about 150 individual students with 150 students worth of assignments. So if you have a question, if you need help, please make sure when you email me, you give me a subject line, a greeting, and a signature telling me who you are and which class you're in. And then in the body of your email, clearly explain which assignment you're talking about and when it's due. I have a lot of assignments happening at once, and it really helps me to more quickly, assist you. So this is a quick sort of layout of our course, and I am so excited to work with you all.